All right. What's up? What's up? We are live, Agent Outreach Live on Tuesday. What is this? First Tuesday of the month, second Tuesday of the month?
Yeah, second.
Second. Well, welcome everybody. This worked out perfectly in scheduling. So when I was out of town, I didn't miss anything too much with the show at least. But super excited to be here and yeah, looking to drop some value for everyone.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm super excited. I actually was just doing a training for some people in the community and just over on Batch and invited some people over today. So I'm really excited to kind of break it down and looking forward to it. We pulled two different lists for you guys today, both in Florida. We decided just based on some of the votes that I was seeing in the community and pulled a list in both Tampa and Jacksonville. So I'd love for anybody that is here joining us today. Of course, we'll talk more about like what agent outreach is and everything, but just to kind of give us an idea on where Ryan should be calling today in terms of connecting with agents. Where do you guys want to see? Maybe do like a 1 for Tampa and a 2 for Jacksonville in the chat, just depending on what you guys want to see broken down.
I like it. All right. So Florida market, Jacksonville and Tampa. Those are two markets we actually are in. So happy with that. And is there anything specific for filter wise that you put with this list?
I did something a little bit different. Usually, I'm doing like anywhere between 3 to 5 active listings, 3 to 5 sold in the past 6 months. But I decided to just kind of get rid of the 5 this time and just do a minimum of 3, kind of keep it a little bit more broad. Oh, might have died there, but you carry on, Ryan, while I figure this out.
You're good. I love it. Technical difficulties. So just for everyone's context with the show, what exactly is the point of Agent Outreach Live? Well, first off, the goal with Agent Outreach Live is to be transparent. I think a lot of times the shiny objects we've seen within real estate investing, specifically around the words agent outreach, I don't want to say it's overhyped, but I think that it's just become saturated. I want to give a huge shout out to actually one of my friends, Brittany Behrman. She put a post out on social media yesterday, and I thought it was incredible. She was talking about how when you're doing agent outreach, texting is dead specifically. Now, does that mean that this show should just stop and we shouldn't contact realtors? No. What that means is that we need to go out there and we need to do this a little bit better. Unfortunately, agent outreach is one of the lowest hanging fruits in real estate investing. It's an opportunity for you to go out there and find deals that are brought to you for free, where 9 times out of 10, the real estate wholesaler or investor actually doesn't have a lot of value that they're providing. And hopefully you're not taking offense to that. Hopefully, if anything, it might have struck a chord with you to realize shit is real in real estate investing. And if you're not understanding of the process, if you don't know what you need to do, you shouldn't be signing contracts. Okay. Don't shoot the messenger. So where am I going with all this? Agent outreach is a phenomenal strategy. This year specifically, we started talking about a new thing called agent attraction, meaning it's more inbound opportunities than it is outbound. So why is that important? Why is that valuable? Because in a show like this, Agent Outreach Live, I want to show you how you can have efficient and valuable and transparent conversations with real estate agents. And in return, they're 1, happy to work with you. 2, they will actually bring you deals rather than just ghosting your texts or your calls. And then 3, my favorite piece, it's repeat business. So for anybody that goes direct to seller, anybody that's out there trying to build a business around joint venturing deals, look, 2024 is tough, and I'm sure I don't even need to explain myself. Your P&L, your normal deals on the board is probably showing for itself that it's not 20, 30, 40 deals a month anymore like it used to be. I can say that because I'm in that same category. We just had one of our best months a couple months ago where we closed 9 deals in a month. Like, if that is not speaking volumes that a fantastic month for us was 9, what are you doing right now, and what can you cut as for expense? So the reason of this show is to give you guys behind the scenes of what conversations look like with realtors, while also being able to build efficient transactions and relationships with vendors, with realtors, buyers, sellers, and everyone involved.
Awesome.
Landry, welcome
Yeah,
back.
sorry, I died in the middle and figured it out, but yeah, exactly. And the really cool thing about this too, guys, and why I come on here is that I work for a company called Batch. If you guys aren't familiar with Batch Leads, that's where we're getting these list of agents. And seriously, it takes me like 30 seconds to pull these lists. I like put in 2 filters, and there was only one time, I think it was Nashville, that nobody answered that day. I think we had like one person.
It was a very interesting day because
It was
one, I think
weird.
I was very optimistic. It's a good thing to show that realtors don't always answer their
Right.
phone. So that's why it's even more important than when you do have a realtor that you're talking to, text, email, fax machine, whatever it is, you're at least communicating in a way that they'll actually reciprocate and probably bring you deals.
Right.
This last few weeks, for example, we've closed 5 deals. 4 of them were brought to us by agents. One of them was on the MLS. So if you're looking for
Awesome.
some context of real world numbers, we have agents that bring us deals more often than we close deals on the MLS ourselves, just because of how hard every strategy is. So why does agent outreach work? Because I know how to talk to realtors. I think being a realtor has helped me for almost 8 years. But on top of that, I understand what they think, what they want, what they feel, what they believe, and more likely what they're even taught. So it makes it a little bit easier to have conversations knowing what it is that they've been through.
Right.
So that's why I think I'm qualified. And also, as always, appreciate Landry being here. Um, Landry's my co-host, my basically shotgun rider here to be able to break this stuff down. And she works for Batch, so she can share with you guys exactly how she pulls the list, what she does, what filters. The only thing we are unfortunately not able to share is the actual phone numbers
Right.
due to restrictions on YouTube. So, Landry, if you wanted to share your screen, we can show everybody how exactly we are pulling of
Whoops.
this information.
Yep. Yeah, and it really is super easy. Like any of you guys can do it. And one of my favorite things about this strategy is that, of course, like within Batch, you're paying like a monthly subscription, but you don't have to pay for anybody's phone number. You don't, I mean, it's essentially, and even if you weren't using a software, it can be the cheapest or free, strategy, especially compared to with everything else that's available
Mhm.
out there. So
Absolutely. And Landry, how much is it?
the lowest plan, which includes all the stuff that I'm going to show you guys, is 99 a month. It also has like list pulling if you guys are doing a little bit of direct to seller, or if you're looking for cash buyers specifically as well. Marketing is in here as well. So there's a ton of things you guys can do. Even free monthly skip traces are included in that plan. So you get a lot, especially, with like this agent outreach built in there too with that
I love
lowest
it.
plan. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, how this works is there is this agent outreach tab in your menu, and then you just go into this search bar, and there's this tiny little toggle button I usually just immediately open, which has all of your filters. And this is exactly what I did today, where I did this for both Tampa and Jacksonville, where I typed in the area. And then for the sold listing count, I did 3 and above in the past 6 months. You do have a filter for total sold amount in a time period. And then I did 3 and above actual active listings on the MLS right now. You have average listing price, the actual agent's information, like their name, the brokerage they're at, if you are looking for somebody specific. And then after you apply it, you literally just get like a whole list of agents just like that. And I just save it and then copy it over and send it to Ryan. And then on the back end of the show, I make notes and I get to manage those agents as well on kind of the back end. So I don't have to worry about, especially for those of you getting started, that maybe you don't have the CRM or something else that you're using. You don't have to get crazy with it. You can keep it in one spot and manage it perfectly fine, like in one area, which is nice. One of my favorite things about it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, let's rock and roll. And Landry, just remind me, you said it was Tampa and Jacksonville?
Yep, that's right.
Perfect. And sorry, Amber's just now getting back to the house. So it might be a little loud with dogs barking for a second. Landry, is there anything else on Batch that you might want to cover just so I can buy some time
Yeah.
killing? Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you guys do ever get into, like, if you play around with doing this yourself in agent outreach, basically, like, you won't see all of these tabs. I get this question a lot, like, why don't I see those things when I start to open up the information on agents? You do have to save them to get like the extra managing things, but you guys don't have to even save them into your database to, when you click on their name, get their primary phone number, so their direct cell phone number. Sometimes it ends up being the same as the office, but either way, I mean, you can connect with, you guys will see either on today's show or you can see in previous shows that doesn't have to be, like James right here. We could try to call James and then maybe we hit somebody else at the brokerage that is a perfect connection. So, you don't have to overthink it in that regard. But anything else that you need within managing the agent is all in here. I even do these little things that seem really trivial, like having like a little lead status, but these have helped so much. If I go to pull you a different list, Ryan, and I can already see like, who did we have a great conversation with? Who did we talk to? Who said that they don't work with investors?
Yeah,
Like
keep
all
going
of
on back
these.
in one sec.
Yeah. yeah, so all of these different things you guys can do to help yourself in the future to actually manage what you're doing with the agent, especially not feeling like you have to go and get a CRM and have everything separated out of your software. So if you do save an agent, that's when you guys will get those extra kind of pieces of information broken down for you, and then you can kind of start making note of that. Makes your life really nice and easy. So once again, if you guys do want to put in a vote for where you guys want us to call today, do a 1 for Tampa and a 2 for Jacksonville. And then Alfie, I see your question about if Batch has a free trial. Yes, it does. I'm so surprised when I see certain softwares not have it. I was like, hey, I want to try it out like before I buy it. So yeah, if you guys go to, I don't know if you have the link, Ryan.
Yeah.
But Ryan will put up a link for you, Alfie, if you want to give it a try. And you get 7 days free, and you get to try stuff like this. And then there's a community as well where I manage that and I can help you along the way. So you'll have
Love
to
it. And remind me, Landry, 1 in the comments is what?
I think we did 1 for Tampa, 2 for Jacksonville. So far we have 2 people
2
wanting
in there for
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. All right. And also we've got numbers on both, so I don't mind. I can call both of them.
Okay. Cool.
Quick side note, just wanted to apologize. Amber just got her wisdom teeth out, and so her mom, don't worry, I didn't make her just get an Uber or anything home. Her mom drove her home and just wanted to make sure that she got in all good. So
Oh my gosh. Is she like super loopy?
surprisingly not.
Okay, that's good.
So we'll see, but definitely we'll be taking care of her as soon as I'm done with all the calls.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Let's rock and roll. Seems like we've got Jacksonville as the preferred, and then we can jump over to Tampa after that.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Let's do it.
Let's rock and roll. Also, I apologize if any of them know who I am. We pull the same data from Batch in Tampa and in Jacksonville. So yeah, we'll just have some fun.
At least on my end, I try to make it so that it's not the same people. I'm like, do we call this guy already? But yeah, hopefully you haven't talked to them.
Landry, top number is their cells. Second number is the brokerage.
Yep, that's right.
We're calling Sam. Now, before I make a call, I've got to get in the right mode. I've got to change the mindset. This guy's got my deals. I think this is like Grant Cardone. He's like, who's got my money, right? Like, before I make the calls, if you think I wake up and I'm like, love cold calling, you're crazy. I wake up and I dread it, but I'm also building something that I don't have to do this forever. And quite frankly, the part of the conversations I have now, this is me actually going out of my comfort zone than what I normally do. Most of the realtors and the people I talk to, they opt in. It's inbound conversations. It's a little bit more warm. And more importantly, we've probably closed a deal with them as opposed to me doing cold outbound messaging. But again, transparency, let's see how it goes.
Cool.
Sam's got my deals. Sam's got my money.
That's right.
Let's fucking go.
Thanks for calling Sunlight Realty.
Oh no. We are not starting it off like that. Let's try the second number. Not today, Sam.
The number you dialed.
Sam doesn't have my money, but it's okay because Garrett does.
That's right.
Hello, it's Garrett. How can I help you?
Hey, Garrett. My name's Ryan. I'm calling trying to find an agent out in the Jacksonville market.
I work further south in Ocala.
Gotcha.
Are you with the lead gen company?
No, just trying to find a realtor local in Florida. I'm based in Arizona, but starting to invest a little bit out in some other markets, and Florida's kind of one of them. Jacksonville, and then like the Tampa area.
Gotcha. So I'm in Ocala. I run the local Ocala and Marion County Real Estate Investor Group.
Oh wow.
We have investors. I run an investor group here in Ocala.
Okay. And where is that at? I'm trying to figure out like on a map where that's located.
Yeah. So look at Gainesville, look at Orlando, and then smack dab in the middle, off of 75. So literally center of the state.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, a little bit west of Jacksonville and Orlando, northwest of Orlando.
Yep, northwest. It's about an hour north of Orlando, hour and 15 minutes northeast of Tampa, 45 minutes south of Gainesville, an hour from each coast. Jacksonville is a little bit of a stretch. It's about $1.45 for me to get there.
Okay.
But
Would you say like the Ocala market is like a good one for flipping or buying and holding, or what's specifically out there on the investment side, I guess, was drawing you to doing what you do?
A little bit of both. So Ocala has one of the top 5, actually one of the top 10 fastest growing metro. I moved from Michigan down to Florida myself, targeting this particular area just because of the proximity and location of highway hubs. It becomes a distribution hub, and so therefore there's like massive growth. We have like 5.5 people moving in for one person moving out. So essentially five adults and a midget. Bad joke. But there's incredible growth. So the new construction has kind of stagnated the market just a little bit, but there's still a lot of room for flips. My last 3 wholesale deals have all netted like $35,000 assignment fees.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay. I mean, I work with other wholesalers and I work with agents too. I mean, we've always just kind of found that the deals that we look at from wholesalers don't usually make sense. But if you're making, I mean, that's sounds like those are good deals.
Good yeah. Just self-sourcing. We're a wholesaler, investor, as well as an agent myself. So I make deals with other agents. And since I run the local real estate investor group, my value proposition is you bring me a deal. I'm going to show you how we can buy it and disposition it. So I split the assignment fees with them. So they bring me deals and I help them disposition. It's kind of fun.
That sounds like a great business model. You self-source, are these like usually on the MLS or are these off market?
Oh, all off market. I don't go after anything on market, period.
Yeah, the crazy people do that for sure.
Stupid. It's just so lazy.
Yep.
It's like, come on. Like I kid you not, the wholesalers down here in the Florida market are so aggressive. Like I throw a new listing on the market, I'm getting 4 wholesale offers immediately, like at 65% below market value. So 65% of market value. And then after a month, I get like 6 or 7. Would you be open to subject to or lease option? It's like, oh my God, stop going to Pace Morby, Jesus. Like this, it doesn't fit the model for a lot of the sellers in our area.
100%. And definitely, man, I understand. And what we're trying to do really is find deals that make sense for everyone. Because as long as I can usually make around like, 40, 45,000 on the deal, I'm usually pretty good. Obviously I'm not putting in like 100K worth of renovation to go make 40, but if you have some stuff that makes sense on that side, the only other thing I would probably need some help with in a market like that, just because I obviously didn't even know where it was on a map a few minutes ago. I don't have any crews or recommendations of title companies or anything like that. I'm not sure if that's something you've got connects with, but I'm open to being a buyer out there.
Yeah. So I'll send you the link for our investor group. So we do a monthly meetup.
Cool.
I have about 1,800 people in the group. I just started it back in September. I've only been down here about a year myself. But there's contractors, title, hard money, whatever you need. It's a community that I built just for investors. So no retail listings allowed in there for agents. And if they try to post it, it gets removed. They get restricted. So there's no self-promotion for real estate, title, or lenders. I just allow contractors to do self-promotion because, that's what it's built off of. Good contractors keep a good group going. So you'll find good crews and excellent resources. And if it's out of area, they will tag other people that will service the area as well. So,
cool. Yeah, that sounds great to me. If you could send me over the link to that, I would definitely be interested in taking a look. And then if there's anything you need from me, let me know. I'm always happy to send over any of our past deals or flips or anything like that.
What's your buy box? Because, there's one that I'm putting up for. So if you look up Beverly Hills, there's one that I have off market that I'm currently working on. It's a 3-1, about 1,100 square feet. The ARV on it's going to be 225 to 235 conservatively.
Okay.
But it's a hoarder house. It's going to need it's going to need everything: roof, mechanicals, all
Yeah,
of that.
I'm not opposed to it. Like I said a minute ago too, if I'm going to be putting in just a little bit more renovation, I just want to make closer to what I'm putting into the cost out of pocket.
Okay.
So if we put
Totally
like
get it.
yeah,
One thing to be aware of when you're doing flips in Florida, what market are you coming from?
we've done flips in Arizona, Tennessee, Ohio, and then a couple other Midwest markets, but those were with like other partners.
So it's a little bit different. So I came from flipping in Michigan. I've done like 50 flips in the last 4 years. The renovation cost is completely different. Down here in Florida, if the roof is even close to 15 years old, they require you to replace it, or they won't give an insurance binder on the property.
Okay.
So,
So anything with a 15-year-old roof or older, we're going to want to make sure we have a new roof going into that purchase.
correct.
Okay.
New roof going in on that. And they're very, very much sticklers about permits. So if a roofing permit wasn't pulled on the roof, it's considered like it was never done. So
Okay.
they're going to require you to replace it anyways because the permit wasn't pulled.
Okay.
HVAC costs. When I was flipping in Michigan, it would cost me $5,500 for a unit. For an AC unit down here, it cost me about $8,500. And then for a full heat pump, HVAC, heat pump and AC, it cost me right around $12,500.
Okay.
Which is
it's a little bit more for sure.
It's a little bit more for sure. So
okay.
Like there's some costs that you should be at least aware of. Roofing, how often you have to replace the roof, and then the cost of HVAC. So
I really appreciate that.
Surprising.
Definitely appreciate that. Yeah, we've got some connects with HVAC in our market, so that's good to know that it's going to be what seems to be at least twice the price.
Yeah, it shocked the shit out of me when I was evaluating one of my first flips down here. What would cost me like $50,000 in a rehab budget in Michigan cost me about close to 70 down here for a full rental. I was like, damn. I'm like, that's
crazy for sure. So. Okay. Well, yeah, no, I really appreciate that. And then if you could send me over that information to the group, and then I'd be happy to look at that one that you said you're working on, and I can kind of show you how we run our numbers and stuff. More often I end up being around, like, just depending on the amount of renovation, 60 to 75% of ARV.
Yep. So. I run my calculations based off of 70% ARV minus cost repairs. So the sale price would be $125, and on this particular one, $235. Asking price of $125 with it being 1,100 square feet. We've been factoring about $35 a square foot for just cosmetic rental interior. That doesn't include roof or mechanicals. So if it's just pure cosmetic inside, so kitchen, bathrooms, floors, doors, paint, you're at about $35 a square foot, and that's going with LVP and not tile. You'd be on that side, you'd probably be right around 38 to 42 for a reno. Okay. But because it needs a roof, you're probably looking at another 12, and then HVAC right around another 8. So
okay, yeah, I'd be happy to take a look at that, and then any information you could share with me like that'd be awesome. I'm pretty quick on responses, so if you send it over, I'll have a response to you within the next like 30-40 minutes.
Sounds good. I'll send you a text as well. We don't have it quite under contract, so
no worries. I got you. Yeah, we're easy going, man.
All right,
cool. Appreciate it. Thanks. Woo, man.
He has your money, I think.
I mean, that was pretty crazy, and dude's over here name dropping and crazy.
I know. I was like, oh my God, that was the first time that's happened.
I was like, sorry, Landry.
No,
look, at the end of the day, sometimes people are, they got their opinions, and quite frankly, I've learned that realtors in commercial and realtors that are inside of any kind of investment world or realm, they come with a little bit more ego and spice, right? So they speak off of past experiences, and quite frankly, I'll even kind of back them up a little bit. There's nothing worse than when you have a new listing and you get spammed by a bunch of people that most likely are, one, not even real buyers, and two, they're offering terms and stuff that don't even make sense. So whether it's a cash offer that's 35 cents on the dollar, it's a creative finance offer that is, not in everyone's favor. It's not something that actually will make sense for a end buyer, meaning a $200,000 down payment doesn't make sense for majority of the people. 7% interest rate is not once in a lifetime. And your cash offer that's 35 to 50 cents on the dollar sometimes is just a waste of time. So what he's talking about is not completely false. But with that said, I personally wouldn't be cracking jokes or name dropping or doing anything like that with someone I don't even know on the phone, first call especially. But that's part of Agent Outreach Live, right? This is the transparency. This is the stuff that goes around the space, and here we all are.
It was so funny what he was saying about on market. He was like, I mean, because
oh yeah, I was
of
like, yeah,
course,
like people that go on market are crazy. And he's
I
like,
know
"It's
that was
so
the first time
stupid.
we
It's
heard
so
that from him.
lazy."
Yeah, he was like, they're just so lazy. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
And I was like, you know what's lazy? Going and creating a group, a mentorship, a community where you filter all the deals to yourself and you take from the people that might have paid you or the people that are giving you the time and resources that you didn't have to do anything else for. Um, Hot take, I know. But with that said, I think the one that's lazy in this conversation here is the guy that isn't going and doing any legwork. Having the community and stuff bring you the deal is cool, but I think it's bigger flex when you can do it on your own.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Yeah,
cool.
and also with this though too, guys, like you, at least with the people I talk to in the community, it seems like there aren't going to be agents that want to work with investors or that invest themselves. But this happens I promise that we don't like predetermine who we're going to call before. It literally is just a bunch of random people, and there's agents everywhere. Obviously pick and choose who you guys are wanting to work with and everything, but it's like there are a ton of agents out there that are, have your money and want to do deals and make money as well in the process. So
100%. 100%. And yeah, I've hoped that you guys can see by now when I have these conversations. You hate agents, I hate agents. You hate cash offers, I hate cash offers. You hate creative finance, I hate creative finance. Whatever it is that the realtors say, I'm a yes man, with the exception of it being something completely out of pocket, disrespectful, all those fun things. I
right.
will not interact or engage in conversation. And most of the time, too, I just like to make it more of a conversation than it is anything else. So whatever it is they want to say or speak, I'm going to listen to.
Yeah, 100%. Because it's like, what's that going to do for you to like come back
and like combat them in the first conversation? I mean, yes, you don't want to work with people that are not actually going to be of value to you, but a guy that does have a group like that, that as transparent as he was in the first call, even if it's stuff that I don't think I would have said or agree with, he was pretty spot on with his numbers.
Yeah.
He was pretty spot on with how he broke everything down. He was even telling me about the cost of HVAC, the cost of the roof.
That was awesome.
That was really helpful. Like for people that don't understand how to comp properties, he was just giving a lot of gold for free. He was telling us the cost per square foot. He was telling us the cost of everything, what it looks like. That's the beauty behind collaboration when done properly. If you work with people that are actually going to provide value and work with you, that's who you should spend time with. The person that's not taking action, the realtor that just got their license, the person that is kind of on edge on if this is even something that they want to do. Those aren't the people you want to be doing business with. Those are the ones that are actually going to slow you down, hold you back, and make you waste your time chasing something that's probably not ever going to be a deal.
100%. Yeah. Awesome call. Just to really give you guys an idea of the people that are out there and just a couple calls away. I think that was the second call. Wasn't it?
That was the
Okay.
second phone number I punched on my phone.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
By the way, I think this is because on where are you still going to are you calling the third person Ebony?
Yeah, it was Tampa. I accidentally said Jacksonville.
Okay. I just want to give you a heads up. I was like, just,
I appreciate it. I was, a little,
but
confused.
it doesn't even matter. He said Jacksonville and he was like, no, I'll just tell you what market I am in though. You know what I mean?
Ocala or whatever. And I was like, well, tell me about this market, bro. Like, is this the best market in the world? Because if you say you've got deals there, I'll take a look.
Yeah, he says it's the top 10 fastest growing
top 5 or whatever, and a bunch of stuff that I didn't listen to. And then he was talking about Beverly Hills, but not the California one. And then he said, "Oh, by the way, I have a deal." And I was like, "Oh, here's hang on a second. Tell me more." And that again, second call, I have a property sent to me, and I have a community, a group, all the resources, everything I need.
And you barely told him you literally hardly told him anything. That's what
he didn't even ask to qualify me. He didn't ask about my past deals. He flexed on me that he's flipped 50 homes, and I was like, all right, like, cool.
He's like, please, let's work together. So yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's awesome. I absolutely love it. Let's keep it going. Calling Ebony. And after this call, I don't mind. I'll hop over to Jacksonville.
Doesn't matter either way.
I didn't want to talk to Angela. It's okay. Call another one. She just sent me a text.
Hello, this is Kyle.
Hey, Kyle. My name's Ryan. I'm calling around trying to find an agent that's located in the Tampa market.
So I'm in the Pensacola market, actually.
Pensacola. Where is that located in relative?
So it's Northwest Florida, close to like the Alabama line.
Pensacola. Okay. So I guess like what's the major market over there? Is there a specific city or something? Or
So it's Pensacola, Florida.
Pensacola.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see it there. I just
Mhm.
pulled it up on the map. That's literally top left. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. Well, I don't want to waste your time or anything. I'm just trying to find some investment opportunities, and Florida kind of popped up. I'm not sure if your market out
Okay.
there is something that might be of interest, but we're exploring the Florida market, and Tampa was just kind of the first place I looked. So,
Yeah, no worries.
do you have opportunities out there, or is that like something that even kind of happens often, like fixing and flipping or anything like that?
Yeah. So I work a lot with investors. So it's definitely a good market to work in. There's a lot of houses that are, need a lot of work.
Mhm.
There's a lot of older houses. So it really just depends on what you're, what you're looking to do, right? I also have friends who do some flips that, it's just more your cosmetic. And then there's sometimes where it's like a full, the full,
Sure.
flip or whatever.
We're definitely more on the cosmetic side, especially in the
Gotcha.
older
Yeah.
homes. So I
Makes
guess
sense.
my biggest thing would be like we're trying to make like usually on average low side 30K, but more realistically average 45K in our average spread.
Definitely doable.
And how fast are deals selling out there? I mean, is this something like if I could list it, it would get multiple offers in the first week?
So it does take a little bit longer currently. We're probably like averaging, I think I saw the graphic, we're averaging like 57 days on market. Obviously with like investment properties, we're able to price a little bit more competitive.
Sure.
So I would say a lot of like our investments, we're seeing maybe a week, 2 weeks tops.
Mhm.
On those, like I said, it's definitely a spot to be able to grow like investment, like
Sure.
portfolio as well. Do work with investors who, depending on the property, might just pick it up and hold as a rental as well.
Okay.
And then right next to us, I know you said Florida market, but I'm also in the Mobile, Alabama market.
Okay.
And Baldwin. So obviously it's Alabama. Your insurance is a little cheaper, so that kind of helps people over there. But it's a ton of like cheap houses in Mobile on the market. Sometimes you can buy in like 40 packs. I've seen that. It's very renter like investors that hold heavy.
Yep.
So if you can find a few good flips or
where do you usually see most of the deals are being sold? Are those like on the MLS or are they off market? How are most of these deals being found?
So a lot of them are off market, or Facebook surprisingly has quite a few. And then even in the Mobile market, I'm seeing more of them on the MLS.
Okay.
Obviously, there's room for negotiation on everything as well to make the numbers work out.
If we wanted to get something like under contract within like the next, I don't know, I mean, I would say 30, 45 days, would you say that one of those two markets is better than the other?
So if you were to buy or to flip?
I mean, we could do either. Flipping is kind of more of my speed, but that's just because we can go and turn smaller money into bigger money and then use the bigger money to buy rentals.
Love it. Agreed. So out of the two, I think Pensacola would probably be slightly stronger. Like I said, depending on what you want to do.
Sure.
Mobile is probably the stronger where people are like buying a bunch of rental properties at the same time.
Why do you think that's the case?
It's just a rental place over there, to be honest.
Multifamily or single family?
Single family. There's some multifamilies, but a lot of people just it's a lot of like the smaller like mom and pop investors.
Mhm.
A lot of them are kind of getting out of the market. So they're selling a bunch that still need to be rehabbed and then resold. So I've seen that quite a bit. And then Florida also has that same. I mean, I have friends who just bought 6 from one person.
Wow.
So it's definitely an interesting market to look at. Our numbers are a little bit cheaper
Sure.
than the Tampa market. However, Tampa might be slightly more, on fire. But,
Yeah, and I get that.
yeah.
Okay,
So
well, I
it's
guess
completely like,
no, I appreciate the transparency, but my biggest thing, honestly, is just trying to be efficient with time and resources, and
Yep.
I don't want to waste my time or yours. So my thought process was calling a couple agents around in the Florida market to see if I could, like, obviously work with them. But then the other side of it is I'm not sure what the norm is. So if there's like a normal process, maybe we could work with some wholesalers. If you think that there's opportunities on the MLS, if you think that there's, like you just said, friends that bought one package of 6 properties from one person, I'd love to be involved in something like that. And I'm happy to pay the realtor. I'm happy to pay the wholesaler. I'm happy to pay whoever it is, as long as there's enough meat on the bone for us to still make money too.
yeah, absolutely. Well, what I'll do is I'll keep your information.
Okay.
If I see any like deals, worth sending over, I'll send over.
This is something we started implementing a couple of years ago, and it's a big difference. Like when they bring up stuff like this, that's a load of shit that he just said. Like I don't believe he's gonna follow up with me.
Some info.
Okay. And what would you say would be like the appropriate like communication with us? Like I don't want to blow up your phone and like check in every week if you don't think that's something that like would be that quick to get a deal. Do you think that there's an opportunity for us to get something in the next like 30 to 45 days or?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I get a ton of wholesaler info. So
Sure.
the best bet, honestly, I hate emails. So if you just shoot me a text, I'm pretty good about responding pretty quickly as well.
Cool. That works for me. This is my cell, so I'll go ahead and I'll save your number too. If you could just send me your information, like your contact card or whatever. And then
Yep.
I'm pretty responsive via text. So if you have something, I can give you an answer usually within like the first like 20, 30 minutes.
Perfect.
Cool. Sounds good. Well, I appreciate you. And if there's anything you need from me, just let me know.
Will do. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.
Thanks. I don't even think he knew my name, and he didn't ask for any qualifications. He didn't ask for anything of how I'm paying for this. He didn't ask for more information about my buy box or anything like that. My point here is that realtors are obviously willing to work with you. So
Such a good point. Yeah. Because you are going to run into realtors like that, of course. Like if you guys go back and see some of Ryan's previous calls, it's like the whole day people were just trying to really get all the answers of like, how are you going to be doing these and all the nitty-gritty details.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like both of these calls today are like, yeah, this is what I do. Like they're open to working with you. So pretty cool. I mean, easy to get this information. Once again, if you guys pull something like this, all we did was 3 sold in the past 6 months and 3 active. So nothing super crazy.
And for context, I'm at a 66% success rate right now. So the show's over. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
2 out of 3 is insane though. Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
We're gonna no, I don't want to call Tampa. I'm gonna call Jacksonville. Let's get a good combo down there. I said down there, but it's definitely like the top of the state.
Oh yeah. Either way.
James, and he's got an awesome last name.
Little John, yeah.
I'm sorry.
He's messing up my numbers, bro. Messing up my numbers. Trying to look good on YouTube. It's okay.
Hi, you've reached the voicemail of Antoinette Jackson.
Dang, Jacksonville. I mean,
Jacksonville's letting me down. You know what? We're just gonna have to say that I had the success rate in Tampa, even though I didn't get anything in Tampa.
I know. That was so funny. My gosh, I was noticing that too.
Hello, Mr. King.
Okay, people. Sometimes it's like that. It's okay. On to Brian.
United Real Estate Gallery. Your call is very important to us. Please listen carefully as our menu options have changed.
No. Not listening to the options on the menu. I don't have time for that today.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I think I might have called the office number. I was trying to contact Sean.
Oh, yes, this is the office line.
Okay. Is there anybody in the office that could help me out? I'm trying to purchase a property, and I was just trying to find an agent local in Jacksonville.
Sure, give me one moment. I'll be right with you.
Cool. Note for brokerages, don't give options as a menu. Just have a receptionist that you pay $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a year. I promise they'll pay for themselves because example A right here.
Yep.
Different Brian, Aaron. I think.
I was looking.
You have a property that you're trying to purchase, or is it one of our listings?
No, I'm actually based in Arizona, and I was just at the beginning of the process of purchasing, and I'm trying to find a realtor local in Florida. I've got my license in Arizona, but I don't really know where to start in Florida, and so I figured I would just kind of call around a couple brokerages, seeing if there was someone that could help me out.
Yeah, of course. You already got here. And now I have to ask, just because I'm curious, it's toasty here. But Arizona, I was told it's dry, but it still gets very hot.
Yeah, let me tell you how hot it is. Hang on. Let me check my weather app. It is it's going to be a little bit hotter still today. It's at 105 right now. It'll be at 108 here in about 2 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah, absolutely insane. I'm not even going to try to play that it's a dry heat because it's still just really hot.
Yeah, and that's why I've heard people are like, it doesn't matter if it's dry or humid. Heat is heat.
Yep. And so that's why I'm looking at places in Florida too, is that if I can escape the heat during some of the really hot months in Arizona, I would love to do that.
Yes.
Cool.
All right, I was taking down some notes here.
And I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. What was it?
Oh, my name's Nikki.
Nikki, awesome. Are you licensed in, is it Jacksonville or?
I am not a agent.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to take down your information, get with my manager, and see who would best be able to help you.
Sure.
So I also like to inform whoever calls it the new clients or anything like that. Any information that I take from you, you're not going to be bombarded by all of our agents.
Cool. That's all I wanted to make sure. Yeah.
Yep. Nope. And I like to tell everybody that because if they ask that, I'm like, well, just let them know your information is going to be only with that one agent that we pair you up with that we feel is best familiar with the area, things like that.
Cool. Sounds good to me.
Don't have to worry about that. Yeah. So I just need some information from you. First and last name.
Yeah.
Any specific areas you're looking at, anything like that, anything that you could tell me.
You got it. So my first name's Ryan.
Okay. And did you hear about us like on Google?
I'm actually using this really cool like software for real estate investors, and it had a bunch of information of realtors. And I think one of the agents at the office was on the list, and so I called and I got directed to the main line. And so I figured, unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be for that guy. And whoever it is that I could work with that helps investors in the office is whoever I'm supposed to work with.
Gotcha.
So.
And specific areas, is it all of Florida? Is it just Jacksonville?
Jacksonville is where I'm looking at the moment, but I mean, I've got a couple friends that are all over Florida in different markets. So I mean, if there's money to be made somewhere, I would love to take a look. Just depending on where it's at, I'm obviously not going to have familiarity of how to comp the property or of who to use for title, or if there's a hard money lender that would be able to lend across the state or just in that specific market. So I would just need a little bit of like assistance on that side. But as for like what I'm familiar with, Tampa and Jacksonville are two of the markets that we've already got some connections in. The only thing I'm missing is the deal. So that's where I figured if a realtor could help me out, I'm happy to pay their commission. If the seller pays the commission, cool. I'm happy to cut them in and part of the deal for the flip or whatever it might be. We're just needing a little bit of assistance from someone that has the experience and just being local in Florida while I'm out in Arizona.
So you are an investor?
Yep, I'm licensed, but I'm not looking to take any kind of referral fee or anything like that. I just want to get more deals.
Okay. Do you have any requirements in the home, any price range?
We can usually go like with our own cash up to like 650, 750, somewhere around there. Hard money is obviously able to cover me if I need to pay more than that. If it's like $10 million, but it's a good deal, I'll rob a bank. So money shouldn't be an issue on that end. And then as for like what we're comfortable doing, I don't want to like put $150,000 into renovations. I got caught in 2022 doing stuff like that and it didn't work out. So I'm more on like the $60,000 to $70,000 at max renovations. And then I'd like to make at least $40,000, $50,000, $60,000.
Okay. Okay.
And then I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else you need. I mean, as for like terms, we've closed deals like we can do it like in a week or less. As long as our lender can like check the property and make sure I'm not trying to do anything like shady, they're usually pretty responsive of funding within 48 hours.
Okay. I think that's really all I need. I'm going to get this to my manager and see what we could do about this.
Cool.
And you'll be hearing from someone. I want to say probably tomorrow, just because it's almost 5 o'clock.
Okay.
So I would definitely say more so tomorrow.
Okay. My only other thing I would say is like, I don't want to like put like a urgency or anything like that. But my goal is to buy something within like the next 30 days. So if they could just reach out, I would like to get going ASAP. We can submit an offer if they've got something available or if there's something on the MLS same day. I'm ready to get rocking and rolling.
Perfect. I'll definitely make a note of that.
Cool.
Okay. Well, Ryan, I appreciate you calling. I will get this to my manager and you'll be hearing from somebody.
Sounds good. Thanks, Nikki. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Of course. Have a good day.
You too. Bye. All right, guys. Listen. Sometimes you have to leave your information and it's okay. Why? Because you can tell by the person that's on the other line if it's actually going to be done or not. So what am I talking about? And I'm not trying to just stereotype or categorize, but unfortunately, just from my experience, this is the reality. They answer the phone monotone. They answer the phone like they hate their job. They answer the tone like they're just fed up. They're not taking your information and passing it along to anybody. We've actually had this happen a number of times, even on this show, where I'm like, yeah, whatever, here's my information. And then do you want to guess the ones that don't reach back out? It's the ones I didn't talk to. It's the ones I talked to maybe very rarely. I talked to the receptionist and they passed along my information. 1 out of every like 20 times that'll happen.
Yeah.
So in this case, why would I do it? Because I could tell Nikki was on top of it. She was like, hang on 1 second. You could tell she went to a quiet room because she wanted to take notes and actually make sure she was going to be efficient in this. She kept referring to her broker or whoever it is that cuts her check as a manager, as a boss. Yeah. So she's talking hierarchy that she's not the most important person in the room. Because unfortunately, most receptionists are fed up because they hand out the checks and they see the realtors that come in once a week get paid $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in a month. And the receptionist got that in a year while basically catering to the agents that barely work. So there's a lot of politics that I can understand. But all that said, the point being efficiency, I'm not trying to waste my time with people that are not actually going to do what they said they're going to do. In this case, I trust Nikki. She was asking the right questions. She was definitely a little naive to some things, asking me about all over Florida or like one specific area. Motherfucker, where do you work? What do you mean? You're about
Like,
to
where
go
I'm
and
calling
tell me that you work in Jacksonville, and then I'm telling you I want deals in Fort Lauderdale, and you're going to say I can help? Like, don't be that realtor. So that's how I knew that obviously there's a little bit of a sense of naiveness, but cool. I'll work with it. Because she was excited. She was
Yeah.
happy. It seemed like this was something she's definitely going to pass along.
Oh yeah,
So.
she wanted to know exactly when and how and what you're
Yep.
looking for and everything. I don't think on the show there's been anybody that's actually gone through and qualifying what you're looking for.
Not
you
today.
know, and
No, not one person asked me for proof of
yeah, not
funds.
even the actual agents.
No
Like,
one asked for
it's
proof of funds.
crazy.
No one asked for my intentions. The guy actually I first talked to, Garrett, was talking nonstop about wholesaling and how he wholesaled a couple deals and made 35K each. And I'm like, cool.
Sometimes you don't even have to say it yourself. They'll just throw it out there.
That was today for sure. There was nothing on my end that I did that was special. Nothing I did that was unique. Maybe I had control of the conversation if you want to take notes of something. But yeah, I mean, I just spoke. And there was a few times I was even kind of vomiting words. I wasn't even really making sense and just kind of went with it. And the one time I remember it specifically, what was the guy's name? The second guy I talked to.
It was
Who was it?
Kyle.
Kyle was unbelievable. I said something crazy and he was like, "Oh yeah, I completely get it." And I was like, "Okay, cool." It goes to show you
He's
again,
like, "Oh, I'm definitely there with you," and you're like,
realtors are always looking for clients. So I'm not saying disguise yourself as a client, but if you walk into a conversation saying, "This is Ryan with Real Broker in Arizona and I'm looking for so and so,"
Yeah.
no.
yeah.
Hey, I'm Ryan. I'm trying to find an agent in Florida. That's so vague that they're going to say, well, that's me. What can I help you with? And then you will have the control because you know the person you're talking to is one, actually them. Two,
Mhm.
they're licensed. Three, congrats. Now you are doing, I don't want to go like full like psychology mode, but like you are taking control of the conversation. So we are very much in love with the strategy. What my preference realistically is getting deals with them and closing it. And then the follow-up, the conversations become a lot easier. It's no longer a, hey, Kyle, I know I told you 30 to 45 days and wherever the hell it is that you have deals, but I just wanted to let you know I really need a deal still. That's not a fun conversation.
Yeah.
Hey, Kyle, just checking in. Do you have anything available this week? I know you said you had 17 deals popping up tomorrow. Where's one of them? And this isn't meant to be a shot at Kyle. This is just what happens a lot with realtors. So instead, you close a deal. Hey, what's up, Kyle? Thanks again for 123 Main Street. That was awesome, dude. You're amazing. You should be getting a basket in the mail in the next couple of days. Let me know if you didn't get it. By the way, if you have anything else like this coming up soon, hit me up. I'm your homeboy. And then they usually laugh at the joke. If they got it, if they didn't get it, no worries. Now we're in business together and we have reference points. It's not me awkwardly following up. It's not them not doing their job. It's us actually having conversation as friends and business partners.
Yeah, and actually building the connection. And that's what's so cool about this strategy. I mean, in any area of the business, it's so relationship based, but especially, really highlighted here on this front on agent outreach. So, such good calls today. Seriously.
Appreciate it. I mean, went 3 for, I think it was like 6 or 7. So a little bit under 50%, but I'll take it. That wasn't bad.
Jacksonville was throwing it off. I was like, dude, answer the phone. I was like,
Just killing me.
everybody was doing good in Tampa, not Tampa.
It's all good. Hopefully everyone found some value in today. Just a reminder, we're using the data and information from Batch. So a lot of times I hear people say this inside of our school where they're like, Ryan, where do I go to get agent information? There's obviously free resources, but just understand free resources are not going to be as valuable as the data that you're paying for. Meaning, if you're going and getting a free trial and then you like Batch, or if you're using Batch and you find it to be of resources and value for you, like myself, you're able to go out there and use Batch every single day, every single week, every single month, and pull data. At very minimum, I pull a big list of data from Batch once a quarter, usually of all the agents in the state or city specific that I'm trying to do more deals. From there, day to day, week to week, it's usually kind of the list that we pull on the show today. It's the 3 to 5 transactions active or 3+ sold in the last 6 months, usually capped at around about, I don't know, $50 million in revenue over the last 12 months. I don't want anyone doing too much volume because they're probably not going to want to work with a realtor unless there's some sort of trend that they're doing a lot of volume and they start slowing down, which you'd more likely find from a title company. So with that all said, Batch offers a free trial. Batch is what we use to pull this information. And then obviously too, if you need help with understanding what to do from there, you can check out our school. We go live every Tuesday. I'm actually going to be hopping in here in about 5 minutes as soon as this call is done, where I'm going to be going and doing a training on how to get deals on the MLS, including how to work with realtors. Our conversation a couple weeks ago before I was out of town was about how to work with realtors and do agent outreach, and more importantly, how to get deals repeat from one relationship. So feel free to check out our school. It's free to join. Nothing crazy. We're not going to blow up your phone or anything like that. We're just here to provide value, just like how we do on this show. So
love it.
That's my closing note. Landry, got anything for the peoples?
I would just say that if you guys get in there, there is a ton of resources and help for you guys. There really just isn't any excuse for not being able to find resources and help and support along the way. Us at Batch, we will help you guys jump into the software, learn how to use the tools, especially with agent outreach. It's so easy that you could do it in your sleep, but still make sure that when you guys get in there, we have a link in our help center to join the community. So you guys will have to get in there, and I'm not a part of the chat. I'll have to do it for the next show and get in there ahead of time to get you guys the link. But if you're not in the community, it's a great place to be within the Batch one so that I can teach you guys how to use it. But nope, that's all I had.
Love it. Love it. Well, Landra, I appreciate you as always. Thank you for just being you. And appreciate everyone here for hanging out and listening in, and a lot of comments coming through today. Hopefully I'll see you guys in a couple minutes inside the school, and we'll see you guys next time on Agent Outreach Live. Peace out.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.